It's your girl Coco, and welcome back to another video. As you guys can tell, this is a different type of video. This is a story time topic. I was adopted. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you press that notification bell so you guys are notified when I post new videos. And also make sure you thumbs up this video if you like what you see. So we're gonna get straight into it. Alright y'all, so I have my phone and have my little notes on here just so I can stay on topic. Me and my sister entered the foster care system when I was 4 and she was 2. Luckily we were able to stay together throughout the whole process, minus one little incident. So we went back and forth from, you know, home to home, well, foster home to foster home for about a good year and a half until we actually was placed in who our now adopted parents are, their home. So I'm not sure how long it was after we were placed there that we actually went through the whole adopting process. Back then, how I felt like no one wanted me. I felt depressed, and a lot of people say, well, you're a child, you can't be depressed. That's a lie. They had me on medication. I was taking medication daily. I believe it was called Zoloft. Yeah, that's what I was taking. You feel neglected, sad, and you become insecure. I know I did for a very long time. But now when I look back on it, my feelings are totally opposite of that. I'm very happy that I was placed in the home that I was placed in to be adopted. I'm very happy that I was adopted. I'm grateful for even being put in foster care because I know a lot of the things that I have now I wouldn't have. And that's including my family, my boyfriend, my support system. And that's not downplaying or, you know, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad by saying that either, but my adopted mother and father took very good care of me and my sister, and we're very grateful for that, and we will forever be grateful for that. People in foster care, in the foster care system, especially the parents, doing it for the wrong reasons, doing it only because they want money. So a lot of kids are very unfortunate to be placed in homes where the parents don't treat them well. Luckily, we never encountered that. Now, as far as visitation rights with our biological parents, in the beginning we didn't have, we couldn't see our mother because she was still doing what she was doing and she wasn't trying to get better at the moment. But later on down the line, I guess, or whoever is over the visitation rights, they seen she was trying to get doing better or whatever, so we did start to have visitation rights with our mother. I believe once a month or maybe once every few weeks. And if you guys don't know, the foster parent can say, you know, if they want the child to see or have visitation rights with their biological parents. Our foster parent did allow that, so that was cool. So the visitation rights situation and how we felt to visit our mother, supervised, remind you, it was kind of awkward because one, we hadn't seen our mother in a very, very, very long time, so it was really awkward. And then you have somebody over here staring at y'all while you're talking. It's just weird. I wouldn't say I didn't want to see my mother, but at the same time, it's like when you see her, well, when I saw her, it's like, okay, yeah, we're here, we're talking, blah, 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 but, you know, we could be at home with you, or you could be with us, and we wouldn't have to be here. So I feel like there was a little bit of hesitation there. And, I mean, we was happy to see her, but at the same time, it's like, we're seeing you for maybe 30 minutes and then you're gonna go back to doing what you're doing. So it's, I don't really know how to explain that. We also, later on down the line, when we seen that our mother was doing good and, you know, she was coming to the appointments where we could see her on time and being consistent and not standing us up, that my foster parent actually allowed us to go spend the weekend with her one time, and that was pretty cool. So she did tell me that at one point they gave her the opportunity to try to get us back, but she didn't follow through with everything she needed to do. So that brings us to my foster parents adopting us. Our foster parents, they asked us if we wanted to be adopted. They didn't just adopt us, you know. They asked us, and if it was okay with us, it was like, okay, we'll go ahead and go through with it. So I remember one incident where I told y'all, me and my sister, we've been going to foster home together, always together. So my sister pulled this one trick on my foster mother, and it caused her to be taken from her home and put in another parent's home. During that time, that's when the adoption process had started, and I remember my adopted mother asking me, okay, you know, your sister's not here, do you still want to get adopted? I'm like, yes. Like, she made me feel like that was my mom. Like, she took care of me. She made sure, you know, I had food. She took us to doctor's appointments. She did everything that a mother should do that my mother never did for me, or at least I don't remember her ever doing for me. So that, I wasn't gonna let anybody mess that up. And I know it sounds kind of selfish, but I mean, it is what it is. So my sister did end up coming back to us. She stayed at the other foster home, I would say about a few months or a month or two. And my foster mother did allow her to come back, so we were together again. So that was good. So the adoption process, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to go to court, sign all these papers and whatnot. So my foster mother, all her kids' names start with a K, and our names started with a B. So she gave us the opportunity to choose our own names, whatever we wanted, as long as it started with a K, which I know I was happy for, because one, I'm not gonna say I didn't like my first name, but it wasn't, you know, I wasn't too fond of it. So my original name from my birth mother was Bessie Forbes. Yeah, let that marinate. Bessie Forbes. So when my foster mother told me I could change my name, I was like, cool, I can pick my name. I can choose my own name. And people don't get that opportunity. My name now is Kalisa Bessie Forbes Jones. And when I get married, I'm dropping both of them names. Now, when you change your name and you go to court, you also get a whole new birth certificate. So I actually have the birth certificate here. Alright, so y'all, I had to go get baby girl. They do change your whole birth certificate. It does still state that I'm from Louisiana, and it has my new name on there, which is Kalisa Bessie Forbes Jones. My date of birth, time, Baton Rouge, the hospital, and it no longer has my biological mother and father's name on my birth certificate. It has my adopted parents' name. So their name and everything is on here, and y'all gonna see why I call them grandma and grandpa. So on here it says that my father was 61 and my mother is 50. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry. And that is why I call them my grandmother and grandfather. So that is when they adopted me. So when they adopted me, he was 61 and she was 50. So they were older people. And where they are now, my grandmother is deceased, and my grandfather, he recently died before I had baby girl, so that, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm very happy that, you know, they took that role and took me and my sister in when they didn't have to, especially them being as old as they were. They didn't have to do that, and I'm very grateful. I do stay in contact with my biological mother. I talk to her about every other day. Our relationship has gotten a lot better. I've forgiven her, and that's what that is. You know, she wasn't there for me as a child, and I have kids now, so she's trying to be in their life, so I'm definitely gonna let her do that. I believe that's it, y'all, but in no way, shape, or form are these story times made up. This is like my real life stuff that really happened to me. And if you guys like what you see, please, again, press that subscribe button, turn on that bell, and thumbs up my video. I hope you guys like what you see, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.